Hello, this is Victoria with Unit 3 Discussion Board. Um, I believe that the art movement of interwar and World War II, can be categorized as social art, art depicting daily life, hardships, and social interactions. In the beginning, society changed dramatically, trying to recover emotionally from the trauma, and the economy took a massive hit with the Great Depression. As a result, culture changed with old traditional styles of art becoming renewed in the community, especially architecture. The surreal art style of the modern era, without clear form and lacking detailed expression like Cubism and Dada, were deemed unnecessary. Later, people would again begin to worry that art was becoming soulless and uniform, so the creation of art styles like Bauhaus would become incredibly popular during the 19th century. The era continued redefining what art was and was not, and the inevitable acceptance of artwork outside of mainstream schools and practices. I believe the shared themes include the struggle of acceptance, the acceptance with oneself and with others in the art community, as well as society. Like with American regionalism, whose noted artist Grant Wood would become a subject for debate for his depiction of Middle American life. By some, he was seen to bring about nostalgia in the artwork. For others, he seemed to criticize their way of life. On the social realist, who imagine themselves to be workers and laborers as a sense of affinity for that class, um, they believed that the workers and laborers themselves were the real key members of society, and that rich, influential people were just well, using them, working on the backs of the laborers and the workers. Um, Also, the blending and exclusion or reinterpretation of the traditional and modern artistic techniques and technology was a big thing between in this era. Like with magic realism, who used surreal techniques to reinvent the classic art style. Um, every one of these movements tried to shine a light on their status in society, whether they were outside looking in or inside looking out. Even the outsider art movement, whose artists may not have had a clear understanding of what life was going, society, what was going on out in the world, or they didn't have the artistic education, the traditional artistic education to create art professionally, but yet they still created works of art as a reaction to life around them or as an inspiration from the life around them. Like in the case of Ferdinand Cheval, who created the Ideal Palace circa 1879 1912. He was a postman who, just on his daily walks around town, he would pick up stones, and then he would take them this place and he would build up um, a palace basically of animals and structures, bridges, all this good stuff. But he never really had a formal education. He was just, doing what he liked. So I'm leaving this discussion with two questions for you. One, with each generation, there is a rejection and then a reclaiming of traditional art techniques. Why do you believe that to be so? Basically, I'm asking why does each era have the this rotation of exclusion and acceptance of art styles they deem classic? And then my second question is, what do you consider to be the most powerful influence on art during this era? Is it the economy? Is it the social interactions? The war that was going on? What do you believe pushed people to create artwork? Um, and like I said, the social artwork. Um, so that's all that I have for today. Thank you and have a great day.